Gaza is a name that echoes through history. It is a narrow strip of land along the Mediterranean Sea, only 365 square kilometers in size. Yet, it carries centuries of pain, strength, and survival. Thousands of years ago, Gaza was a center of trade and culture. It stood strong through the rule of Egyptians, Romans, Byzantines, Ottomans, and the British. It was not just land. It was a part of great civilizations. In modern times, Gaza became a symbol of struggle. In 1948, when the State of Israel was created, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced to flee their homes. Many of them ended up in Gaza. The population grew, but so did the suffering. Gaza has faced many wars, airstrikes, and blockades. Since 2007, it has been under a strict blockade, cutting off freedom of movement and resources. People call it the world's largest open-air prison. Electricity comes for only a few hours a day. Clean water is hard to find. Hospitals lack supplies. Over 2 million people live there, and more than half of them are children. Despite all this, Gaza does not give up. Children still go to school. Artists create beauty from pain. People celebrate life, even in the darkest of days. The spirit of Gaza is strong. Gaza is not just a place. It is a story of resistance. It is a reminder that even when the world turns away, hope still grows. In every broken building, in every child's eyes, in every call for freedom, Gaza lives. Hello, friends. We all know that ancient Egypt was one of the most powerful civilizations in history. And there are many proofs of this. For example, there are a lot of pyramids left for us. But have you ever wondered why the ancient Egyptians chose to build their tombs in the shape of a pyramid? You will find out the answer in this video. The ancient Egyptians were very religious people. They believed that the pharaohs were considered gods on earth. After the death of the ruler, he had to go through many obstacles on his way to the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that the soul of the pharaoh could be separated after death and would wander around the world for 40 days. If it found peace, it could then move on to the afterlife. But if the soul did not find peace, it would bring misfortune to the living pharaohs. To prevent this, the Egyptians built huge stone tombs for their rulers, which were supposed to protect the body and the soul of the deceased pharaoh. But why exactly in the shape of a pyramid? The thing is, the ancient Egyptians associated their pharaohs with the sun god Ra. The rays of the sun were considered a symbol of divine power, and the pyramid shape symbolized the sun's rays. In addition, the pyramid shape had a stabilizing effect, which made it possible to protect the body of the pharaoh from evil spirits. The construction of the pyramids began with the laying of the foundation. This was done in such a way that the corners of the future pyramid were directed towards the cardinal points. This was very important because it was believed that this would help the soul of the pharaoh to reach the afterlife faster. Then the limestone blocks were brought to the construction site, which were then lifted with the help of ramps and placed on top of each other. To make the structure even more durable, the Egyptians used a special method of grinding the stones. Thanks to this, they achieved that even huge blocks of stone could fit together as accurately as a jigsaw puzzle. The stones were also carefully processed inside so that the walls of the burial chamber would be perfectly smooth. This was necessary so that the sarcophagus with the body of the pharaoh could fit in the center of the room without any problems. It took several months to build a pyramid. Several thousand workers were employed in the construction of the pyramids. Each pyramid had its own unique design and size. The largest of them reached a height of over 480 feet. Building pyramids was very expensive. The materials alone cost millions of dollars today. But the Egyptians didn't care about that because they believed that this was the only way to ensure the afterlife for their pharaohs.